Ciao and benvenuti to TortellinoTime. The other day I made an octopus salad and some of you have asked me in the comment alternative ways on how you can prepare an octopus. I've got another octopus here which I've just defrosted overnight in the fridge, same size, approximately half a kilo. And today I will be making a recipe which actually my mum taught me, gratinated octopus, very similar to calamari. Also, some of you in the comments mentioned that no matter how you cook it, it's always tough. The best way to get a tender octopus is to make sure that it's frozen and then you defrost it. Even if you buy a fresh octopus, do ensure that you put it in the freezer for 48 hours and you defrost it. And that will make sure that your octopus will come nice and tender. That is rule number one. Rule number two is what I'm about to show you. This octopus is already being cleaned and gutted. The only thing I'll have to do eventually is to remove the bum and also the eyes, but the head is all empty if you look. So this is very, very important. Just get hold of it and place it inside the water and 1, 2 and pull it out. Can you see that it's curling? So then do it again. 1, 2 and take it out. And do this about 7 or 8 times like this. 7 and 8, and I can let it go now. And as soon as the water starts boiling again, I'll put the lid on and I'll turn it down onto medium-low and I'll leave it to gently cook and boil at a low temperature for 15 minutes. 15 minutes because it's a 500 grams octopus. If it was bigger, say 1 kilo, that would be 30 minutes. After 15 minutes, I'll turn the heat off and I'll not touch it, and it will gradually cool down for a minimum of another 15 minutes. But in my case, as it's a little bit earlier, I will leave it until it completely cools down before I make my gratinated octopus. And then I'll show you how tender that is even before I start putting it in the oven. And that is because of the drastic change in temperature and then the very, very progressive reduction on the heat. So I'll see you in a little while once I'm ready to go to the next step. And I'm back, and my octopus has been out of the water for a good hour, and I've put it inside this sieve so that I'll get rid of all of the water, and I'm now ready to chop it. But as I mentioned earlier, the first thing I want to do is to remove the bottom, which is here, and I'll do that very quickly with a knife. That's it, job done. And also the eyes. I know some people leave the eyes. I don't think I want to do that. And I can already see that the cooking technique has worked really well. It's incredibly tender. I'm just going through with a knife and it's slicing really, really easily. And I'll start chopping it with a knife first, like this. And I'm looking to get broadly similar size pieces, so I'll just carry on with the knife until I've done. And here is the rest of the body. And that's it, this is ready and I can move it into a glass bowl. Tomatoes next, and I'll be using plum tomatoes, which are my favorites, but if you go access to cherry tomatoes, they're also good, or any fresh tomatoes you might have in your fridge. Quantity wise, these are a couple of 100 grams and I'm halving them, but if you want to add more or less, by all means, entirely up to you. So having just halved them, I can add them to the octopus. Olives next, and today I'll be combining black and green olives together. These are the black ones, and again I will be halving them. And here are my green olives. I'll just get a few out, like so. And I'll do the same and I'll chop them in half. And these are ready and they can be added to my octopus and tomatoes. Breadcrumbs next, and this is a really important ingredient for any gratinated fish. I'll put 5 teaspoons, about 100 grams. And just like the breadcrumbs, another key ingredient is going to be some grated Parmesan or pecorino. I will put 3 teaspoons today. I'm now fishing for a nice large clove of garlic. Here it is. And I'll put it inside my garlic crusher and I'll squeeze it in. Perfect. I'm now grating the zest from 1 lemon. And again, I think this is a really important ingredient in this recipe. But if you're not too keen on lemon zest, don't put it in. But if you do like it, I fully recommend it. And don't forget to go underneath your grater and scrape it all off. Followed by a pinch of salt, some pepper. You will see that I often do jobs like this with my hands because I think it's always much easier to ensure that all of the ingredients are mixed together properly. And I apologize as I nearly forgot a very, very important ingredient, parsley, so I'm adding it now. And I'll mix it together once again. I know I nearly forgot, but I always think that parsley and fish go really, really well together. Baking paper inside an oven tray, and I will pour everything inside it. I'm spreading everything evenly across the base, and as I mentioned before, I'll add a bit more olive oil on the top this time. Very simple, and actually it looks delicious already before I even put it in the oven. But I will wait until I get some potatoes and some carrots ready, as I will be putting everything together. But today I'll be showing you how I prepare them, because it's slightly different than normal, not too dissimilar to this actually. And I'll start by peeling 3 medium-sized potatoes. I normally don't peel my potatoes, I eat them with the skin. Not today, as I will be doing something special. Well, I will be applying some breadcrumbs and so on, so I want the skin off. And as I will be timing the potatoes and the octopus together, I'm making sure that they're not very thick, so they are anything between half a centimeter and a centimeter each piece. And rather than mixing another bowl, I will use the same bowl I used for the octopus earlier. Carrots next. Again, I do not normally peel them, I just give them a good wash, but for the same reason as for the potatoes, I will remove the skin today. I remove both ends, and I'm giving them the same treatment I gave to the potatoes, similar size, cheap size there, and they can go in as well. The lemon I was referring to earlier, there is a little bit of the zest left, so I'm going to add that to the potatoes also. New clove of garlic, and in it goes, there. A good handful of Parmesan cheese. I'm not going to salt my vegetables, I very rarely salt them before they go in the oven. Also there is Parmesan cheese in there, which is quite salty, so I'll just add a little pepper. Some rosemary, which Julia has just very kindly picked for me from the garden, and in it goes. And of course, olive oil. And once again I'll delve in with my hands and mix everything together. I think it's the day of forgetting things. I forgot the breadcrumbs, so a couple of the teaspoons of breadcrumbs go in. I did say earlier that this is a very similar mix to what I used for the octopus, but I will not be adding any parsley, just the rosemary instead. Oven tray number 2, also lined up with some baking paper, followed by my vegetables. A quick spread all over to ensure that they cook evenly. Just like I did with the octopus, a little bit more olive oil on top to ensure that they do cook properly. And my vegetables are ready to go in the oven. They will be going in for about half an hour, temperature 190 degrees, mine is a fan assisted oven, up by 10 to 200 if you've got a normal conventional oven. However, the octopus will require slightly less, so I'll put them in, and then after 5 to 7 minutes I'll put the octopus in. So same temperature, but the octopus will be there for about 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, and then I'll get them out together. So I'll see you in about 35 minutes. Bye. Halfway point, and I will not be tossing the octopus, but I will give the potato a quick toss so that they cook throughout. And you can see they are well on their way. Carrots and potatoes beginning to look lovely, and the smell in the house is amazing. So in they go, 10 to 15 minutes and we're ready. And you might be aware of this already, but I'm going to share another little tip with you. This is some stone-baked olive bread, which I've just taken out of the freezer. And I've got some water here, so I'll dip my hand in the water, and I'll just make sure that the entire surface of the bread is covered with a little water. And I'll pop this in the oven anything between 5 to 7 minutes, and by the time it comes out it will be really crispy, almost like just out of the bakery. And I'll start with the bread. Let's have a look. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. Such a simple thing really, if you think about it, and just like fresh bread. And I might have mentioned that this is olive bread, and the smell of olives is really, really nice. And I'm ready for the rest now, so I'll start with my potatoes and carrots. Here they are.
Oh my gosh, you might have guessed that I've arrived because it smells so good.
And look at the breadcrumbs, absolutely delicious. I don't think you'll find the potatoes and the carrots like this anywhere else. Turn the oven off, and I'll get the octopus out, and here it is, look. And it's looking absolutely divine.
Oh my gosh. The whole house smells of this, everybody. Literally.
Honestly.
It smells gorgeous.
Absolutely wonderful. And I'll try a little carrot and a piece of chip first, because there's garlic in there.
I'm hazarding a guess there's garlic everywhere.
Absolutely delicious. And you know the lemon zest I put in? Absolutely wonderful. Try it. And back to my octopus, I'll pinch a little olive, a little piece of octopus and a tomato, and of course plenty of breadcrumbs there. Very hot. Oh. So nice, so lovely. And this is restaurant quality food without having to go to the restaurant. Actually, it's better because you're not going to find that in any restaurant, not even in Italy. You might find it in my mum's house. Try and let me know how you get on. It's absolutely delicious. You will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like it. Subscribe if you don't. There is plenty in the channel. And see you later. Thank you. Bye.